Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. My name is Dion. We normally start with chapstick, but we're not because we got on a black lip. The Crazy Troll Nation is just enjoying your channel and enjoying the channels that you watch. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Wear whatever you want to wear, whatever brand, whatever tool, and use whatever technique you want to get your makeup on the way you're satisfied with it. Beneath all of that, and more important than all of that, here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them when you want to, if you want to, but never feeling like you have to. I do use foul language on my channel sometimes because I do use foul language in real life sometimes. And so what you see here is really what you get. I appreciate you for being here. I have some new subscribers. Welcome. Those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back. Thank you for rocking with me because I know I'll be acting a fool sometimes. So we're going to get into this look with Pat McGrath Labs. And we're going to do the look, do the face. I'm going to share at the end what my thoughts are about the formula differences that I've noticed. My personal opinion only, because I've heard some different opinions. But my opinions about the differences and the formulas between her different palettes. And so that'll be at the end. There are timestamps if you just want to jump to the look, if you just want to jump to the final thoughts. And for both of these palettes, these are my first impressions. I used this one once, the golden one. This is my first time using this one, which is Bronze Bliss. So this is very much first impressions, not a review, but I just wanted to share what my opinions are on how the shadows performed for me and what they remind me of. So let's just get into this look. Cake batter chapstick. If I look sleepy, it's because I am. No face paint on. We're going to do that at the end, but you already knew that. We have Fenty eyeshadow primer on our lids. This is Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palette. This one is Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette, Bronze Blitz, is what it says on the back. And this is what she looks like. Hourglass number 3 brush. We're going to take this shade here. This is going to go all over our lid, into our crease, and also up into our transition area up here. I'm going to finish this and then we'll come back. We're going to start our blend up in this area using the tip of this brush. I switched to this brush here to further the blend because there's some patchiness going on right here. And I've been working at it for quite a while, it seems like. And I don't know why this is doing that. I will note this eye is still teary from yesterday. Today is April 7th. So this moisture you see here is the tear traveling upward into my crease area. So that's not from this palette. My eye has been tearing all day, even before I sat here to do this. We're going to take this shade here, and this is going to go on the first half of our lid. This is creamy like the shadow in the golden one. That black shade, there's a lot of kick up in the pan. That is a messy shade, but it's not a chunky monkey though, which is nice. We're going to take a clean brush and we're going to go into this shade and put on the second half of our lid. We're going to go back with the first brush and with this first topper shade, well, the shade we used as a topper, and we're going to put more on the brush and overlap further out. This is a NYX retractable eyeliner and the shade is gray. This is going to go on our lower waterline. And we're going to bring it up here. I'm going to take this brush and we're just going to blend that out. We're going to take this shade here, the one we use for our outer lid, and we're going to put that on our lower lash line. I'm going to take the brush we use for our, not to blend our transition shade, but to blend out the black and do this. And I should have did this, my lower lash line, after my base face because this may or may not get disturbed with foundation. This side is very wet from my eyes tearing. So all this shine you see, well, not all of it, some of it is from the shadow, but how far down it came is from me blending and it being wet. So I'm only doing this side just to try to get it to match. We're going to take this shade right here with a pencil brush, and this is going to go right here. We're going to take a rounded brush, and we're going to go into this shade and tap this on the center of our lid, hoping that it sticks because we already have a lot of stuff there, and there's no primer here for it to stick to. So we're just going to put this right here and blend as best we can. We're going to do our face, and then we're going to come back and do our eyeliners and figure out a lip. Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder in Truly Tony. We're going to use this to set our face. Makeup by Mario Wildberry Blush. We're going to take Pat McGrath Desert Orchid Blush, and we're going to put this on top. I don't know what's happening here. This side is fine, this side is patchy. So Desert Orchid never steers me wrong. So we're just going to put this on top. So if you have a blush that's looking patchy, just put a blush that never fails you on top of it. See that? This is my first time ever doing this when I had a patchy blush area, so I really didn't know if it was going to work out, and so I'm glad that it did. Here, we try to figure things out. We don't scrap a look, we just try and make it work. And this eye is tearing horribly, and it's tearing further and further over into the crease. And so if you're seeing a line right here, that's where it's just really wet and it's causing the shadow to crease in the wetness. And underneath is tearing horribly too on this side. This side is a good eye. This one, I don't know what's going on with that eye. We're going to take Makeup by Mario Bronzer in Dark. This one doesn't steer me wrong either. And so we're just going to just put this here. And it created a line right here, so we're going to tap the tip of the brush in and put that there, and that's not working. So we're going to go back to the brush we used that had the blush on it, the Desert Orchid, and we're going to work this around. I am going to use the Hourglass finishing powder, and that does usually help if I'm having issues. That fixed it. Desert Orchid for me, y'all, for the win, always. That was my first time doing that too, trying to fix when my bronzer didn't come out right. For highlighter, we're going to take the Fenty Kilowatt Mo Honey. This was gifted to me from Tanya from Tanya's Beauty Box, and I do really like this highlighter. So we're just going to tap that and then sweep right here on the top edge of our blush. The Hourglass powder in Dim Light that I use as a finishing powder. This is not the brush I like to use for it because it's too loose, but this brush does work well for me for loose powders. But for pressed powders, it's too loose, but we want to use it. See that cheek situation? It worked out. I was going to take Midnight Snack on my upper lash line. It's a gray, but I don't think that's going to show up. And I was going to do a double wing with Melt's OK Boomer. I always feel like that's a substitute name for Karen, like OK Karen, OK Boomer. That is what this looks like. So we are going to put this on. We are going to use the e.l.f. brush. I am going to put this on and come back. The brush again that we used to blend out the black shade. Still not adding any other shadow on the brush. If there was a matte tan or mustard in this palette, I would. This side is very wet, and that's why it's blending down. And I'm coming to this side just to try to match it since the brush is wet from that shadow, just so we can look like we did it on purpose. But I don't think it's working. But this is what we have. We're going to put on mascara. The Sills Booster Mascara Primer. You know, we're not going to do that. We're not. We're just going to put on the MAC Stacks Mascara. And this eye is starting to itch now too, so I'm starting to feel annoyed. Annoyed at myself because when one eye is tearing all day, I know that is not a good day to do an eyeshadow look. And so here I am anyway, doing an eyeshadow look. My brows I had done earlier after I did my skincare, because I did plan on doing this look. I didn't plan on my eye tearing all day. So I'm just annoyed at myself. And that might be why the look wasn't working out. Like that color being patchy over here, and then the blush being patchy over here, and then the bronzer leaving the line over here. So it's like the universe was like, okay, you knew you should have did this look. You want to play? Okay, let's play. So we're going to wipe off some chapstick. We're going to do a black lip. I just have to. We're going to do MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Caviar. And it's black. I lost some of my brow doing my foundation. This is the L'Oreal brow pencil I had on from earlier, but this that I'm putting on now is my Fenty, and that's because the L'Oreal is in my bathroom in my caboodle, and my Fenty is the one that's here at my station. So that's why I'm mixing the shades, because this is what I keep here. So this is what our first look is with Bronze Bliss, the Celestial Nirvana shade. In my opinion, these are not the same quality as her motherships. For this to be a matte, there was a lot of kick up in it. And the shimmer shades, the metallic shades, at first I thought they felt like the shades in Decadence, but they're not. These are really soft, which I do like. They're not chunky monkeys. There's not a lot of fallout. So I do like her quints. And when I used the golden one the other day, this performed the same as this one. The metallics, the shimmers in it were very smooth. The mattes. And this one did not have a lot of kick up though, but they went on very nicely. And so I am liking these quints, and I was surprised how much I liked the golden one, because Sith Seduction, it just was so messy. I just could not stand it, and I got rid of it. But this is the golden one, and I really liked the look that I did with it. Basic look, yes. I really liked how the shadows performed in here, and they performed the same as this one. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, why does she keep changing her formula between the motherships and between the mega motherships and the quints? So there seems to be no consistency. The motherships to me are consistent. Excuse me, except the first three, the celestial shades are baked, and that's a different formula than her subsequent celestial shades. But other than that, the formulas are different between the quints, the regular motherships, and the mega motherships. And so I just find it very interesting. For me, the mega motherships, the mattes are dry, are very dry. And you see all of this? You see this shine? That's tearing. And so I just wanted to say, in my opinion, and I have heard people say to them the formula is all the same and it's all fantastic, but for me, it just feels different. And I'm not a Pat McGrath aficionado. I'm not a collector. This is just my opinion, a troll's opinion on the shades and how they perform throughout the different palettes that she puts out. And so yeah, that's my take on that. So this is this look. And this is what we have. Had some issues, but we worked it out. I am liking the cheek situation. I think I see a patch right here. Dink. Well, but we done. This is what we got. So thank you for being here. I do like it with the OK Boomer liner. I wanted to do a black, which may have been preferred, but I wanted to just do something a little bit spicy, to be honest with you, because I was feeling annoyed at myself for doing a look when I know I shouldn't have, and this eye is tearing horribly. So I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. And so I went for it. So this is what we have. So this is the look.